Hey mommies, how are you? I hope that you're doing awesome. And today we're actually going to be talking about something which is like a self-fulfilling prophecy. And maybe you've experienced this before, maybe you're going through this right now, but I certainly went through it. And it's basically, we're going to be talking about how stress can actually cause your milk to dry up. And to understand why that happens, you have to kind of understand a little bit what stress means and what it does to you. So stress, basically, to put it in other terms, is basically when something that is happening in your body, something that your body is experiencing due to a situation that you're going through, and basically it knocks things off balance. Okay, that's what stress does. Everything is nice and hunky-dory and smooth, and then stress just like puts everything out of whack. So stress can come from a lot of different places or situations. And stress comes a lot from our environment. And I'll talk about some of the examples because you may not think that that's like a cause of stress, but it certainly is, okay? And it's definitely something to think about. And stress can come basically from a bad relationship with a partner. So maybe your partner is not being so understanding in regards to breastfeeding, or in regards to you being a new mother, or in regards to postpartum and everything that is involved with you recovering after birth. So you're not having that support and your relationship is kind of struggling there. Maybe you had a rough birthing experience, so like a traumatic birth that can, it's like you then start to experience like post-traumatic stress. That's exactly what happens after you have a very traumatic birth, basically. Maybe you're experiencing financial problems with a new baby. There's a lot of things going on. You're not working, a lot of expenses, bills and stuff like that to pay. So that can add to the stress too. And also being judged in public or by family members because you're breastfeeding your child. So that is something that maybe you're not really bothered about that, but really it does kind of bother you subconsciously. So it's something that is causing stress without you even knowing. And stress from the body too, okay? So you have physical discomfort because your body is healing, because your body has been super stretched out, because there's lots of stuff going on inside of you and your body is healing, is recovering. That's why it's called postpartum, okay? You're postpartum, you're in the 4th trimester, your body is recovering and going, it went through a whole change in pregnancy and now it's going back to your pre-pregnancy body. So that takes time, it's a process, it's healing. So you may have discomfort from that. Sleepless nights, of course, lack of sleep from all the different adjustments in your baby, in your routine, because of breastfeeding at night, and so many changes that happen, especially because you're lacking sleep. And also changes in your hormone. Remember we talked about how your body was going from non-pregnant to being pregnant to giving birth to a baby and going back. That causes a lot of change in your hormones. You don't have a placenta anymore. So there's a lot of different things going on in your body to cause your body to go back to the way it was and to be able to breastfeed your baby too. So stress from breastfeeding also, and it does cause you stress. And it's like weird how stress causes you to dry up in regards to your milk supply, but also breastfeeding causes you stress. It's like one thing causes the other and it's linked. Yeah, that it happens. And basically it's because you may be having like breastfeeding anxieties. And this is what I was talking about, that self-fulfilling prophecy. And it's basically when you're so worried because you as a mother, once your baby's born, you have this undeniable instinct to want to provide for your offspring. So the thought of not being able to do that causes you stress. And then, like I said, worrying if your baby is taking enough milk at the breast, if they're full, if they're satisfied, if your milk is going to provide everything that they need. So that causes stress as well. But what happens is the impact of stress causes your body, okay, so stress is made up of a few different things, which is like adrenaline, norepinephrine, which is, I think that's how you pronounce it, it's a techie word, and cortisol. And what happens is that mixture of hormones in your body goes into your milk too. And cortisol can actually go into your milk, like I said, and your baby's drinking that hormone basically, and it causes your baby to be restless, to be agitated. So the stress that is in your body, created in your body, can be actually transferred to your baby too. So that's pretty concerning also. Also, another thing that can happen when you have stress is you are kind of like demotivated, like you don't want to breastfeed your baby, like, oh, I don't want to do anything, like I'm so stressed. Or it causes you also to maybe wean early. So maybe you don't want to continue breastfeeding your baby because you are so stressed by everything that's going on. So you're going to introduce solids early. So again, by you not exclusively breastfeeding your baby, your milk is going to start drying up too. So what happens is a lot of those causes in your environment that are causing you stress are actually causing your milk to start to dry up or to lower your breast milk production. And in regards to like how does stress like directly affect your milk production? Well, the main thing that it does is, like I said, remember the whole demand and supply rule. If you are not letting your body know that the demand is high, then it's not going to be supplying as much. And when you're stressed, you're not as likely to be breastfeeding on demand or as often as you should be. And also the other thing that really does affect it is like that is being scientifically proven or has a scientific cause is because your letdown is caused by oxytocin. Okay, your body releases oxytocin, the hormone, so that letdown can happen. And it's been known, like it's being researched and it's been proven that stress or the hormones produced by stress, like the cortisol that we talked about before, actually causes like a decrease in oxytocin. So if you're not having that oxytocin produced like it should be, then it's going to decrease your letdown reflex, which again starts to decline your milk supply. So that's really the main link there between stress and how it can cause low milk supply. And there are lots of things though that you can do to help you kind of alleviate that stress and deal with that stress. And my main recommendation or my main tip is to have some me time. Take some time to kind of unwind, to de-stress for yourself, have a bath, do something you enjoy doing, read a book, go for a walk, go have a workout, something where somebody else can help you take care of your baby. Also, try doing meditation or prayer or whatever spiritual thing that you do that works for you is great, because that helps you to concentrate. It helps you to focus on your breathing, which are all things that help you, again, deal with stress. Also, get moving, okay? Do exercise, get physical, because when you're doing that, you're boosting oxytocin and endorphins and feel-good hormones in your body, which again help to decrease that stress and to combat with that stress. And the other thing is to stay away from anything, because sometimes when we're stressed, we tend to kind of like, if you were a smoker or if you like to have a couple of drinks or something like that, you tend to kind of go to that, or maybe overeating or not doing healthy things. Sometimes when we're stressed, unfortunately, we don't look for healthy ways to get better, but we look for kind of slacky ways. So try to obviously stay away from that, because that's not healthy for your recovery or for your baby at all. So I just wanted to mention those things. Please share your stories. How did you deal with stress? Because it's not something that you can avoid. It happens to all of us, even the best of us that mean the best. But it does affect us, and it really matters how you deal with it. So how did you deal with it, mommies? Can you give us some tips? Let us know what worked for you, because what works for one person may not work for the other, but it may also, and it makes a huge difference. And sometimes we have very creative ways of alleviating stress. So share some of those, and let us know what your journey's been like in regards to dealing with stress, because it's something you have to really learn to deal with, especially in motherhood in general. Bye, mommies. Besitos.